Hi there, beautiful thrivers. Welcome back to another video with Thriving in Chaos. In today's video, we're going to do our weekly tracking of finances. We're also going to cash stuff 2 different streams of income. These are all the things that I plan to get accomplished this week together with you. So thank you guys for clicking on this video. I hope you stick around. I hope you check it out. I hope you like it. And most importantly, I hope it inspires you. So let's get into this. Make sure to click that subscribe button and like the video, and let's go. Hi friends, how have you been doing? I missed y'all. I know that I've not posted this week, but I thought that I would do something a little bit differently. So what you're going to see in this video is everything that I have accomplished in the week in regards to the budgeting. Not everything I've accomplished in general, let's not get that twisted, but everything in regards to the budgeting that I've done this week, I've just recorded as I went, and I've decided, I'm going to put it all in one video. I've just been so busy and consumed, really, with my gardening and these projects that I've started that the filming, again, like I said, is not an issue. It's the sitting down and editing and uploading. It just takes so much time. Like the filming itself is as long as this video is, maybe a little bit longer depending on what I've edited out. But in general, the filming, happens as quick as the video is, but the editing is hours and the uploading can sometimes take hours as well. So I decided, instead of trying to do many different videos and just posting them, like, you guys don't want that. I mean, maybe you do. Maybe some of you like the small little videos throughout the week. And, I've done that for going on 3 years now. But I am kind of feeling a little burned out as far as the editing goes. That used to actually be my favorite part of making these videos. But now that my attention is being occupied with doing my garden, I even decided to plant a bunch of seedlings of my Japanese maple trees, which there's so many seedlings. So I've been uprooting or upplanting those and putting them into little cells or whatever. And my plan eventually will be to sell them once they get big enough and everything. But just to let them, grow up in containers and whatnot and then sell them to make a little bit of extra money. I mean, why not? And I could do this yearly because my trees put off so many seedlings that I could actually make a lot of money out of it. So I might as well try. I don't know if it will work out that way. If not, then I'm going to have a bunch of Japanese maple trees, which I'm okay with. I could put them anywhere in my yard. I'm perfectly fine with that and give them as gifts too. But I think that I will try that. I did pull them all up, or the majority of them up that I found, and potted them. So they're already growing. They've been all week in these things and they are still standing tall and standing strong. So I think that I'm doing the things, guys. Anyway, so my focus has been shifting, if you can't tell. If you've been with me for a long time, I'm sure you can tell, because up until lately, I have been very consistent, and lately, I've not been. So it's just because the time consumption that it takes to edit these videos and get them up for you guys, it's a lot. It is a lot of time consuming stuff. So I've just been filming it and just keeping it on the device and waiting until I get to today. So basically everything you see in this video is stuff that we will accomplish this week. We are going to be doing our WTF video. We're going to be doing cash stuffing. And I did combine both incomes into the one cash stuffing. So it's not like 2 different videos. That just is too much. So I combine my YouTube paycheck and our last full-time paycheck of April into one cash stuffing. So really it's like 2 videos in one. Well, 3 videos if you count that. But anyway, I'm talking too much. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to start with our WTF Wednesday. So this desk is going to shift around a little bit. You'll see how everything turns out. I'm still playing with it. As you can see, I have up potted my plants here. They were just getting so big and they're little things. And I'm like, I think I need to up pot them at this point. So I did. I looked it up on how to do it, made sure I did everything right, and they are doing well. She's doing good. I love it. I mean, she's doing good. Her little baby, she's got 2 babies down here. They're growing now. And then this orchid, this is not the only orchid I have. I have a couple of others. I'm sorry if you hear my dogs. But I have a couple of others that are out in my living room, and they are thriving also. So we're looking good. What else do I need to catch you up on? We have been gardening. Everything is starting to bloom. It is so cool to see, and my kids are loving it, especially my girls, especially one of my girls is all in my garden all the time, just looking at it, taking pictures of the things that are growing. It's so funny, but we've got all sorts of tomatoes, different varieties of tomatoes, peppers, all sorts of different types of peppers. We've got onions, chives, bunching onions, potatoes, green beans, cucumber, okra, squash, cabbage. Did I say carrots? Carrots and celery, lettuce, broccoli, and basically as many herbs as you can probably think of. I've got the chives, the parsley, cilantro, basil, rosemary. I got garlic chives. I'm not sure what those are, but I got garlic chives. I don't know all the different types. It might be just those 5, but we also have strawberries, watermelon, 2 different varieties of watermelon, and cantaloupe. And then on top of all of that, I'm doing my Japanese maples. So I've got a lot going on. As you can see, my focus has shifted from this because now that I've got this, like, it's not running itself, but it's running itself. Does that make sense? Like, I just come in, update the things, and just move on. So it's like, it's doing good, right? My budget is just kind of going with the flow, and I'm on a good routine with tracking, with cash stuffing when I get a chance. Yeah, so I feel like I have the opportunity and time to sink it into other things as well, which comes along gardening. So I've really been enjoying it. I'll show you guys an update, probably not in this video just because there's so much going on in the video, in my house. I don't know if you hear lots of background noises, but there's a lot of things going on in this house at the moment. But I'm just trying to get this intro done for you guys. Anyway, I feel like I'm talking too much. I feel like I haven't talked to you enough because I just love hanging out with you guys and catching you guys up. I want to know all about how things are going with y'all. Before I get started with showing you guys what we're doing this week, let me go ahead and grab today's Prompta Card. If you're new to my videos, this is a Prompta Card. It's basically a conversation starter, so I'll ask and answer the question on the card in this video, and you guys can put your answers in the comments below. Just a little something to help us get to know each other better. So today's Prompta Card is how old were you when you had your first job? I was 14 to 15, 14 or 15. As soon as I could get a job, I got a job. But it was for like, the summer. I also babysat. I also went and helped my aunt, who at the time was a hairdresser, so I helped her wash people's hair and just getting her hair color stuff. That's probably what started my whole hair coloring journey and why I still to this day color my own hair, color my daughter's hair. And when I say color my daughter's hair, you have to think these are teenagers. They're not just, your average brown, black, blonde, red, whatever. No, they try me, right? They want to do all kinds of crazy things, crazy funky things to their hair. So they are constantly pushing my limits further and further out. And every time it turns out really good. So I don't know. We're having fun with that. Anyway, so that was my first job. Actually, I didn't tell you what that was. It was McDonald's. It was at 14, 15. That was my first official job, not getting paid under the table type of thing. Anyway, what about you guys? What was your first job growing up? I'd love to hear it. So enough chit chat. Let's just go ahead and get into this video. The first thing that we're going to start with is our weekly tracking. Alright guys, I think I made a mistake here. I should have just spoke to you as I did this, and I don't know why I didn't. And now I am doing a voiceover. So it's just you and me on my front porch with the birds chirping, and we're just going to go over this little portion of video together. I don't know what my plan was here. So we're gonna chat. Okay, so this is my weekly check-in in case you don't know. I do this every Wednesday. I track my bank spending, my credit card spending. I track my bills as they come out on auto pay. I track what we spend in cash. Just basically all the different ways that we spend. I'm tracking it here every Wednesday just to keep us accountable. And also, like when we spend money in our bank account, it's coming out of the bank account, but I need to replace that money that I saved in my envelopes back into the account so that I can continue to make those purchases. It's like a little account buffer in there. So basically what you're seeing me do here is just tracking all the expenses that we made throughout the week, starting with bank spending. And it's just, writing down everything that we did. What I'm doing basically behind the scenes is I have a notebook that I write all my expenses in, kind of like a check ledger, using my bank account because I can't track everything my husband spends when he's out and about, and he can't track what I'm doing. So it's like it just makes sense to look at my bank account online, and just as these expenses come through, I'm writing them down in this ledger. And this ledger is what I'm using to write down into this for the video. It's just basically categorizing everything and making it easier for my brain to comprehend, as opposed to just putting it line by line for a date. And so that's what I'm doing here. Now going through the credit card, I like to just change the colors a little bit so that, it kind of stands out differently in my head and in my eyes. It just helps me because I was definitely making a lot of mistakes before I decided to do this. Anyway, so what we're doing here is just writing all those expenses, and then once we get all of these numbers, we will plug them into the little category box on the bottom right of my notebook. I also do this little challenge, which is the right column in each of the days of the week. It's the Save the Change challenge is what I call it. Basically, I round every single purchase up. It doesn't matter if it's 1 cent or 99 cents, we round up. And that change is being added up over time. I leave it in my account, and it's just slowly but surely building my account buffer by really just doing nothing but rounding up on purchases. So that, I forgot to explain that at the beginning of this. I mean, that's, this is what you get when I do a voiceover. So anyway, at this point now, I'm pulling out the cash, of course, as each of these purchases, and I'll just check them off as I pull them. I'll write down if I need to make change because I don't always have any change to put back in. You'll see. It's just the whole thing. Yeah. So, I mean, what do I do? What do I fill this space in with me talking? Is that, or we can listen to whatever that was. I'm sitting out on my front porch and just appreciating nature and editing this video, and it has taken me forever to get this thing done. You guys, I have been gardening my life away and just planting things. I don't know what is going on with me because this is abnormal, very abnormal. So I've just been having fun with that, and unfortunately there was a casualty in my garden. There's a bird also that apparently wants to be in this video, but a deer got to some of my plants, and I'm upset. It's an understatement, upset, because man, I was so proud of those things growing. So we are fixing the issue. Don't worry, we're putting a fence around it. I should have known. I just had a false sense of security as the days progressed and nothing happened with them. So Yeah, my mistake. Rookie mistake. First time gardener here. Totally admit it. And anyway, so I honestly cannot see this screen at all to know what I'm even writing in here. I apologize. I would probably try and be a little bit more creative and more in depth about these purchases if I could read them, but I can't. So I have no clue what these purchases are now, because once I've done this, it's like, okay, that's out of my brain. We don't need to, waste brain space with that. So yeah. What else do we talk about during this time where I'm just getting all of my money? Um, a lot of things are going on all at one time, I feel like. A lot of things. Both good and bad, we're just taking it in stride as we go. And I've told you guys a little bit about what's going on with my husband and him having to have another biopsy. And now he and I think there might be even another spot. So I don't know. It's just a lot, and then the medical bills are piling up already, and I'm starting to use the Care credit card again because I have already drained our medical savings as much as I feel comfortable to do so. And yeah, so we're building up that credit right back up. And we're just, gonna have to take it day by day and just hope that somewhere, in some way, it gets better. We are still thriving. We've got a roof over our heads and food in our bellies, and my children are content, and we're not hot. We've got AC. I mean, what else can we possibly need? I consider that thriving. We might not be able to go splurge on a lot of stuff, and in fact, I feel like I have been splurging a lot with my garden. I just want to do the garden so much. I want to grow food for my family. I don't know what it is that has sparked inside of me, but I love it and I want to continue it. And it was really sad when the deer got into my garden. Anyway, enough about that. Back into here, as you see, I am just pulling supplies for this budget supplies. What did I buy? I cannot remember. I bought a label maker. Now, was it for the budgeting? Nah, not necessarily, but I could use it for the budget. It's a nice label maker. It honestly is. I can use it in my office space, label things up. I just trying to organize my life, and really I got it for organizing all the seeds that I bought in my garden in this cute little seed organizer thing that I got. Anyway, yeah, so I'm kind of going a little crazy with it, but when I get a passion, I just run. You know what I mean? I go headlong into it, just like I did with this YouTube and taking this budget. Like, as soon as I found this budget, I was like, I'm doing this, and I needed accountability, and that's why I chose to even make this YouTube channel, so that I needed that accountability. But it's been 3 years now that I've been doing this, and I know what I'm doing. Like, it is secondhand nature now, and I no longer need that accountability, because even if I'm not posting videos about it, I'm still doing it, So that actually makes me feel really good inside, knowing that this thing has become now a habit. And they've always said that if you do something long enough, it can become a habit, and I'm seeing that that is actually true. So having done this long enough with you guys, by you keeping me accountable, has now made it a habit, and that's really awesome. However, with that being said, that means that doing this idea of doing a long video, it felt good. It felt good to just film throughout my week of what I'm doing, and then sit down on one day for a few hours, sit down and do a full edit of all of those videos into one big video for you guys. And I think that's a good idea. I don't know. I talk more about that a little later in this video. So anyway, all I'm doing here at this point, if you cannot tell, I am just getting change and putting change back in all the places it needs to be put back. And I really don't know what else to say about it. So I don't know, maybe you can listen to these nature sounds with me as we watch me do the rest of this. In case you haven't figured it out yet, this is why I love this place. It is so quiet. It's far enough away from big cities and cars and sounds. The only cars that come through by here are the people that live here. And yeah, we've decided we're going to stay here for the rest of our lives. And that's pretty awesome. We built this house a long time ago. About 24 years ago. I don't know, is this boring to you guys? I'm staring off into space. I don't know what to talk about right now. But the nature sounds are just very intoxicating. I don't know. And if you hear crackling, a crackling sound, I don't know if it'll pick up on the microphone, but that's bees. They're bees like digging into this piece of wood that we put here for them. So I hear carpenter bees digging in wood and just nature. And neighborhood dogs. Always dogs. Oh, they're having a whole conversation right now. Oh, I can tell you here, this is where I track my cash expenses. So each one of my binders has one of these budget sheets in the back of it. And when we pull from an envelope, we'll write in the back what envelope we pulled it from and how much we pulled. So it's just a way to track how much we're spending in cash as well. So we get just a full overview of every single way we are spending money. And at this point, I'm just pulling out what we spent in the credit card because I keep those separate. And I also realized I didn't add the 100, so I need to do that. But yeah, I keep these separate so that the credit card money goes to my billing account where the bill that I'm paying for my credit card comes out of. And then the other cash is just what we spent out of our spending account. We have two different accounts. And our spending account is what has the account buffer that allows us to make the purchases that we make, whether that's groceries or whatever, and digital online purchases, things like that. So that's why I keep these two amounts separate. And now that that's done, the last thing I like to do is just go ahead and put all of those numbers into my main budget book so that I can just put that weekly tracker book away so that it's not in my way and I can work out of one budget book for the entire week. And now that we're done with that part, we are going to go over to where I like to plug in my bills. So everything, all of our bills are on auto pay. They come out automatically, and just as I check my spending account for the things that we've swiped for through the past week, I also then check my billing account for any bills that came out over the past week as well. And then we just plug those numbers in here so that I have a full accounting of everything that has come out and money that we spent, whether for bills or otherwise. And then, of course, once I have all of that plugged in, I like to go into my calendar spread, which, honestly, this stays on my desk, open on the calendar all week long when it's not being used in a video. And it just has everything that I need at a glance, And so that includes being able to see that my bills are paid, because there is something about seeing those bills being paid and knowing that I am doing the things, nothing is being left behind. It feels good. It feels really good. But I'm pretty sure my time is coming at an end with this voiceover. I appreciate you listening to me and to the nature sounds, and enjoy the cash stuffing that's coming up next. All right, so we're going to be cash stuffing our last full-time paycheck for April. It did come with our monthly bonus, so it was $3,255.17, which I left the 17 in the bank. $18.65 goes towards our bills. I also left this in the bank, and the reason for that is because next week I'm just going to put the rest of the bill money in there. It just felt a little cumbersome to be taking it out and putting it right back in. I know I've done that in the past, but this time I had too much stuff going on, so that leaves $13.90. Now, I will say that I did already spend some of this for groceries. I had to, so in actuality, it's $11.90. Actually, it'll probably be a little bit more than $11.90, but it'll be whatever is left in here that'll go into the groceries. But basically, we're going to be stuffing all of that in these various envelopes, which I won't go over with you right now because we're going to do that together in this video. But in addition to that, we are going to be stuffing our YouTube paycheck as well. So thank you guys for everyone who has been watching the videos and leaving a like, commenting, just, getting the videos some traction. I really, really appreciate that. So we're going to be stuffing my YouTube paycheck for the month of April as well. It was $200.93. I left the 93 cents in the bank, and $50 of that is towards taxes, and that leaves $150 as our net income, which I'll stuff in these. So let's get on it. All right, so starting with my wallet, I did have some receipts here. I'm going to pull those out, but the grocery money that I have, I'm going to put away. I just didn't put it back into the envelope, so I'll put it back into the envelope when we get there. But we'll take out these $1 savings right here. We'll just put that in our savings challenge. I believe $5 was my spending that was just sitting in here, so I'm going to leave that in there. Put this off to the side for right now. I did have $10 left in my gas, so I'll put that there. Allowances are empty. Kids spending is empty. Miscellaneous still has that 10. And then other, of course, this, let's do the 10 and the 10. That's gas. This was from, what the heck? They didn't even tape this on correctly. In Goy Trust. They really didn't even try. Okay, anyway, I'm never going to be able to deposit that into the bank. I'm going to tell you that right now. They won't take it. Got a lot of 5s here, a lot of 1s. So I'm going to put the 1s in the back to go towards our $1 savings challenge. You probably won't see this off camera. I'll put them right there. And then this, 5, 10, 15, 25, 35, 40, 60. This is going to go back into my grocery when we get there. So I'm going to put that in the backpack here too. And then we've got 10 that'll go into cost of living. I'll put that here. And then this can go into our challenges. So that's how I'm going to separate those out. I don't know, you probably can't see them, but that's what I'm going to do. All right, receipts, let's go ahead and pull those out. Scan those into my Fetch Rewards. If you don't do Fetch Rewards, consider it. Use the code in the description to get some free points. It basically is just earning cash back from purchases you already make. All right, so let's go ahead and get into spending. We're not getting anything. Gasoline, I'm getting, okay. Wow, okay. Okay, I didn't even get the money out. Okay, so here is the two different streams of income, YouTube pay and full-time pay. It is $11.90 in the full-time pay, and it's $200 in the YouTube paycheck. So that's a total of $13.90. So we can count it really, really quick, I guess as quick as I can. I don't want to try to do the throw the money thing on this thing just yet. Maybe when I'm a little less busy. But basically, this should be 1,390. So 1, 2, 300. Get that pretty. 51, 52, 53, 54, 50. 500, so that's 800. 20, 40, 60, 80, 900. 20, 40, 60, 80, 1,000. 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 1,100. Oh my goodness, can I get that out? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, 200. So 1,200. 5, 10, 15, 25, 35, 45, 55, 65, 75, 85, 95, 1,300. 5, 10, 15, 25, 30, 5, 45, 55, 65, 75, 85, 90. All right, so we didn't actually have any ones this time because all of my my pay ended in a 5 or a 0, so that worked out well. Okay, so we've got all our money here. I just went ahead and pulled this down just because of that, and I can separate these back out. So this was going to my cost of living, and these go to my savings challenges, and then that goes to my grocery. Okay, and now we can get back to this. I totally forgot about pulling that cash out. That was my bad. Okay, so let's go ahead and stuff up my wallet. So spending, we're going to leave alone. Gasoline, I get $30. For allowances, my kids get $20. Let me get a not so nice 10. What are the chances that all of these are nice? All right, so that's $60. 5, 10, 15, 25, 35, 40, 50, 60. That should be right. 10, 20, 25, 35, 45, 55, 60 for allowances for the next 2 weeks. For kids spending, I always like to stick a 20 in there. For miscellaneous, I like to stick a 10. And then other stays empty, receipts is empty. So we're done with my wallet. All right, next up we're doing my living expenses binder. Starting with grocery, as you know, we're going to be putting $300 in from our main paycheck. And then we're going to be putting that extra grocery money I just didn't pull out of my wallet yet. 25, 35, 45, 55, and 60. So that's $360 for groceries. Dining out, we leave empty. Gas, we're going to take these ones, put them towards our $1 savings challenge. Wait. Oh, that's cost of living. Okay. And the savings challenge, we'll do that. All right, for gas, we're going to be getting $250. That's in 50s, 51, 52, 50. This is for my husband. Extra toiletries, we're going to add 5. This is where all these 5s are going to be coming in. So we have 55, 65. Home, 5. 20, 35, 45. My pets, 5. So we have 25, 35, 40. Self-care, we're only going to be stuffing haircuts, and we're going to do 5. So now we have 10, 15, 25, 30. Hair color has 50, 65. And nails has 40. Okay, for gifts, we're going to add 5. So now we have 20, 35, 45, 50. For clothing, adding 5. So now we have 100, 20, 40, 45, 50, 55. 155. Family fun is getting 5, so now it has 15. Date night is going to get 5, so it also has 15. Gaming is not going to get anything. School supplies is going to get 5. Trying to rebuild from the money we spent out of the 50. 25, 30. Electronics is going to get 5. So now we have 100, 20, 35, 45, 150. Amazon, I only stuff with my Fetch Rewards. Peach Pass, I only stuff with our Modus. It has 40. Miscellaneous, I'll add 5. So 25, 35, 25, and 40 in there. Cost of living, I'm not adding to the main from the main paycheck, but I will be adding the 10 from my wallet. So we'll add that into it. So now we have 50, 100, 10, 20, and 25. So 125 in there. And that'll do it for this binder. Actually, I forgot. I am putting an extra 20 into groceries from my YouTube paycheck. So I'm going to add that in there now. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 20, 45, 55, 65, 75, 80. So 380 in there now. Okay. All right, now starting with my memories binder, let's start with my hubby. We're going to be putting $10 into Father's Day. So adding that 10, we now have 20, 30, 40, 50. And then for birthday, we're adding 15. So now we have 120, 30, 40, 50, 155, 60, and 165. And then moving over to wifey, which is mine, I'm adding 10 into Mother's Day. So we have 20, 30, 40, 50, which is perfect. That's all I wanted in Mother's Day. So now hubby has $50 to play around with. That's supposed to go in the front. Okay. And then for birthday, we're going to add 15 to this. And my birthday is this weekend, so we have been spending on it, clearly. And I'll be spending the rest of it on my birthday. So 100, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 75, 85, 90, 91, 2, 3, and 94. So 194 is what we had, but I'll take these ones. And my dogs are barking. Wouldn't be a Thriving in Chaos video without that. All right, moving over to my sons, we're adding $20 into there. So now he has 1, 2, 220, 240. And then moving over to my daughter, she's also getting 20. So now she has 1, 2, 20, 40, 60, 260. And then for my youngest, we're adding 20. So now she has 1, 2, 3, 20, 40, 60, 360. Holidays, we are going to put 5 in, doing 4th of July. So we have 20, 35, 40 in there. Vacation, we're going to be adding $50 from the main paycheck and an additional 20 from my YouTube paycheck. So in total, $70 is what we're adding. So we're going to do that in a 50 and a 20. And right now we've been working on food. I don't have a price for this tab yet, like a goal. But right now we have 50, 100, 50, 70, 80, 90, 95, 195 for food. I don't know, food is so expensive now, I have to figure it out. Road trip, we're going to add 5. And that gives us 20, 40, 45, 50, 55, and 60. If we don't end up using this prior to our vacation, we'll probably put it in our vacation. Anniversary, we're going to add 5. So we have 100, 20, 35, 45. Grad party, we're going to add 25. So adding 20 and 5. So now we have 100, 2, 3, 4, 500, 50, 70, 90, 6, 10, 30, 35, 40, 45. So what did I say, 545? That's pretty good. It's for my youngest daughter, the last one to graduate. All right, and now we're working on Christmas. Christmas, I am adding $100 from the main paycheck, and then I'm adding $10 from the YouTube paycheck. So right now we have 150, 70, 90, 210. So really we only needed 90 to make that happen, to make this be 300. Since we're adding 110 though, what I might do is take the 10 that I'm adding from the YouTube paycheck, so that'll make this an even 200. And then I'll take the 100 we were going to add, but I'm doing that in a 50, 2 20s, and a 10. Alright, so let's do all of that into here. Actually, I could probably just do, let's see. Alright, so we've got 100, 50, 200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 300 for my son. So my son's tab is done. And now we're moving on to my daughter's tab. So here's her first 20 towards that. And now we get to check this off. I can't get to my red pen, so I'm just going to use this purple pen. So we did the 10 for the YouTube paycheck and then the 100 for the monthly bonus paycheck. So we're right on time with that. Okay, let's move over to my life maintenance binder. Starting with health savings, we're going to put $20 into health. I'm just going to shove it in one of these because we have been draining this relentlessly, it feels like. So I'm just going to put it, let's just do it in copays. Adding the 20, we'll put it in the copays. Mental health, we're going to add 65, so 50, 65. And we're going to add that to here. So now we have 51, 52, 10, 20, 30, 40 to 45, 50, 55, and 260. I'm keeping about 4 appointments worth. My daughter does therapy, so that's what that is for. I think it's very important for all teenagers to get therapy. All right, car maintenance, we're going to be adding 20 as well. I'm gonna stick that in here somewhere. Probably, let's do tags since we had to empty that out and start rebuilding that. All right, home emergency, we're going to be adding 5 right now. So that is 10 in there. Yes, you can see I used it. Home renovations, we're going to be adding 5. And yes, as you can see, I used it. Vet bill, we're going to be adding 5. And now vet bill has 5, 10, 15, and 20. Gotta let that build. Okay, let's move on to savings. Starting with our savings, we're gonna add 20 like we normally do. So in our savings, we have 50, 70, 90, 110, 115. For my son's savings, we're going to be adding 5. So now he has 5, 6, 7, 8, 50, 70, 90, 95, $910, which they will all 3 have the same amount. So we'll just add the same amount to each, and they're all the same amount in there. For retirement, we're going to be adding 5. So we have 100, 20, 40, 45, 50, 55. 155. Emergency fund is going to get 5. So now we have 120, 40, 50, 55, 65, 75, 75. We'll add this $1 up there. And then, let me fix that. Okay. Bill's advancement, I'm not going to stuff. TK Toys is my husband's. And then K-Grad, that's already been maxed. So let's move on to my business. This is where the YouTube paycheck will come in. We're going to be putting $50 into taxes. So adding that 50, we have 100, 250, 320, 30, 31, 331 in there. Budget supplies, we're going to be adding $70 into stickers. So 50, 70. I haven't bought the new set of stickers yet, so we have all of that in there. Planners, we're going to be adding 5. Equipment, we're going to be adding 5. I did have to spend a little bit on these things. So we have ones for our $1 savings challenge. And then for office, let me grab these ones. We're going to add 5. So 20, 35 in office. For YouTube giveaway, adding 5. So now we have 20, 45, and $50. Supporting small business, going to add 5. That's empty. Bills, going to add 5. And now we have $20 to $30 in bills. And that is it for my side hustles. So these are my husband's. And since I left that bill money in the bank, we're not going to be doing bills, but we will be able to do these. So I have a 10 here. I don't think I have the 10 open. Let me look. I don't, but I do have the 11 available, which is this one. So I'm just going to mark that one out. And we'll do 11. And then the rest of these go into my $1. Yes, it says $5. It's not. I'm just repurposing the envelope. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, goodness, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23. Goodness, we are putting $23 into our savings. Just the ones that were left over from change. And just like that, we are done. We have tracked our finances. We did all of the tracking that we needed to do for the week. We also cash stuffed 2 incomes that came through this week as well. So I hope you guys got a little inspiration out of it. I hope that it motivates you. I know this is a lot different than what I normally do with my Monday, Wednesday, Friday thing, but I think for now, I want to try this out. I want to try just recording my videos throughout the week as I get things done on my budget, and then on the weekend putting it all together in one big collab video. If you guys don't mind, like I see a lot of YouTubers doing this, posting once a week, but they're longer videos. And it seems like they're doing pretty well. I don't know if that's the kind of audience I have. If you guys are down for that, down for the ride, I don't know. I guess we'll find out when this starts happening. We'll see if people like it. You guys, of course, let me know, but just understand that I am going to do it this way for now. Like, not for now on, I can change it, but for now, this is what's going to happen. Once a week, I'm going to post, and it's going to be a longer video, but it's going to include all the things that I've accomplished in the budget for this week. Just so that I am not spending hours and hours and hours of my week just editing and uploading. If I can put it all into one video, edit one time, upload one time, then I feel like that's going to save me a lot of time, and I can put that towards the things that I'm really interested in right now. But what do you think? You guys think that that's a good idea? I'm going to do it anyway. I'm probably going to give it May, try this in May and see how it goes, see how the views go, because as of right now, my views are really low, and I'm not really sure if that's just because of my inconsistency or if it's because it's spring, people are getting out more, weather's feeling great, and they're just not on YouTube as much, or if I'm just losing my touch on YouTube. I don't know, But for me, when I see those views dropping and it's getting lower and lower, it doesn't feasibly make sense to me in my brain to commit so much of my life and time in editing and everything for what seems to be like a disinterest. I don't know. Like, I was getting a pretty high amount of views and now they're dropping. Like, I don't think the last video got 1,000 views. And I have over 6,000 subscribers. So I don't know, guys. I need to change things up because I'm getting a little bit of burnout on the editing process. I need to feel like I'm not missing out on things because I am sitting there doing that. I don't want my YouTube to take over my life. I want it to be an enhancement to my life. So, this is a way I'm going to try, and we'll see. It might change. It might not be what I want it to be. It might not turn out how I think in my brain it'll turn out when I'm done editing this, but I do want to try it. So give me the month of May. You guys keep me apprised how you like it. If you're liking it, that's 4 videos a month, maybe 5, depending on how many weekends there are. That's not very many. But if they're longer videos, hopefully it won't affect the bottom line too much. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to try it anyway, though, just because I have things to do. So with that said, I appreciate you guys that are still here, still watching, even in this outro. If you are, will you do me a favor and just click that subscribe button? I would love to be your inspiration for your own budgeting journey. We all need a little bit of motivation and inspiration, especially when it comes to things like paying bills and, being monetarily responsible. Not always the funnest thing. So it's always fun to have something that can hopefully inspire you or encourage you and get you to want to do things differently or to just do it. And with that, I'll let you guys go. I appreciate you being here, and I will see you next week for whatever we tackle next week. Have a great one, and I'll see you, as always, until next time. Bye.